Recording. Okay, so it will actually take a lot of hard work to achieve the result that you want. It is not a last minute effort that after prelims, then you realize that you're shortfall of your targeted score, and then you decide to suddenly pull out a lot of PSLE booklet or exam papers to do. You are not able to attain that kind of mastery level. The keyword is mastery level, okay, within a short period of 3 to 4 weeks. So I strongly believe in consistency work starting from today. Okay, but it's never too late. Some parents say, is it too late or not to sign up now? Is it too late to do this now, do that now? No, it's not too late. It's really good that you want to start today. All right. Okay, so thank you for your support, parents. Okay, let's get started. Okay, all good. A big warm welcome to all the parents who are parents and children who are with us today. Thank you.
Hey, so hi everybody, I'm teacher Shalin. So I've been teaching math for almost 10 years at tuition centers as well as private tuition. So I strongly believe that every student is unique and has something special that can be built upon. So if your child is not academically strong now, it's okay, because sometimes some students are late bloomers, right? Like for myself, I'm also a late bloomer. So just give yourself time. They're only in primary school, right? So yeah. And then some students, they are better in sports or music or any other thing. So basically every child is unique. Okay. And if you can see my background, right, this is actually my P5 class last year. Yeah. Then this was during Christmas, they actually wrote a Christmas card for me. Yeah. And then and the other picture there is actually my online class. So at BlueTree, right, we actually use manipulatives for our lessons. Okay, not every single lesson, but we try to use manipulatives for the lesson. So this lesson, we're actually doing measurements. So the students are learning ratio. So we actually use measuring tapes, because some of them have measuring tapes at home, but some do not have, so we use ruler. So I told them to measure their arm span and then their feet. So the ratio is actually 1:1. So some of them do not know about this fun fact. Then they are like, wow, so cool, right? Yeah. Then some of them do not know how to measure. You'll be surprised. Like they do not know where to start from. They will start from 1 cm instead of 0 cm. So this is actually good. When you're learning a new topic, you're also learning how to measure different items. And one more thing is that for estimation, for example, if I say a table is 10 cm, as adults, we will know that that's not possible, right? But for a student, it will only be possible if you get them to measure on their own. Then they will know that it's not possible. Yeah, so that's why manipulatives are very important. It helps to deepen their understanding of a certain topic. Yeah, so
yeah, just to reiterate what teacher Shalin was saying, that that measurement that was actually the size of the feet is referring to this part of the hand.
Yeah.
From the wrist to the elbow. Everybody at home, give it a try now. Okay, put your feet on this part of your hand. It's about the same size, approximate. Yes. If it's your first time realizing this fact, please type in the chat. Ooh. Actually, most of the kids in the class were like, okay, do you see the response?
Yeah, I saw.
So many people don't even know. I mean, I didn't say it's exactly the same. It's approximate. Some people, of course, they're outliers. Like it could be slightly shorter or slightly longer. Yeah. Then there are other body ratios that kept the kid really, really excited. Like the length of your eyes. Okay, this length and the space in between, they are equal. Yeah, so you can do that, okay, after the lesson. Just go to the mirror, get your mommy to measure for you, or you measure your mommy's one. All right? Okay, let's go on. A little introduction about myself. Okay, I have a very brief summary. You can go on clicking. Thank you. Okay, I'm the founder of BlueTree Education. I have been teaching math for 22 years now. I spent 15 years in MOE schools, specializing in math. Yeah, that's why I went mad already. So I love math so much. But I was in the mainstream schools for the first 2.5 years or so. Then I went on to Raffles Girls Primary, Rosyth, to teach in the gifted program. So that is how I get to specialize math like totally. So I also had the privilege of setting math PSLE papers before I left the service to start BlueTree. And of course, being a math teacher in school, our specialized paper that we mark is the PSLE math paper for myself. Some of the school teachers that you have, example, if they teach English and science in school, then they will be assigned to teach only mark only one paper. So they could be an English marker, or they could be a science marker. You understand? Yeah, but because of my specialization, I only mark mathematics papers. So this is my belief. Being a teacher is not what I do, but it's who I am. Yeah, I want to inspire children, all the children that I meet. I'm a mother of 3 kids. My children are 16, 13, and 11. So the 13-year-old, I just went through one PSLE last year. Then I thought I could rest. Then I realized my kid is going through O levels. I can rest next year, but actually my youngest will go through PSLE. Yeah, so I will just be as kanchong mom as every one of you here. Okay, and I totally can understand how you feel, because I spend a lot of time not just counseling students, I also counsel parents in this whole journey. Okay, let's go on to the first slide. Yeah, what is SOLVE at BlueTree? Search for clues. Search for clues refers to read and write, read and draw technique. You can just keep clicking. So we teach the children to actually read the question sentence by sentence. And as a result, right, they get to write some info and draw, example, a model. Okay. In some other cases, like a tic-tac-toe table or any other form, or even write a simple ratio. And then we go on to obtain some evidence, because once we actually find out some information, example, 5 units equals to 20. All right, for instance, and then we can easily look for that 1 unit, which is what we always tell the children to do. Those parents sitting with us who work very closely with your kids, okay, try to recall, do you always tell your kids to find 1 unit? Okay, you can type me, okay? Finding that 1 unit is so important, because that is the key to unlock the mystery. What is the mystery? The mystery is we read the question again, because if you don't read the question, then you end up looking for the wrong thing. I made a careless mistake. Find boy, then I go find girl, right? Find unshaded, then you go find shaded. Like everything is just topsy-turvy. So read the question again, underline the keywords, and so that you can answer accurately and score your A1. Sound familiar? A1. A1 stands for answer mark. Someone say me. So at BlueTree, we use a tic-tac-toe approach for our various types of heuristic. I'm also proud of my student. Today, one boy raised a hand. Teacher, is this a heuristic? Tic-tac-toe is not a heuristic. Okay, model drawing is not a heuristic. Model drawing and tic-tac-toe is a strategy. It's an approach. It's a method that you use to solve heuristics. And heuristics are talking about like equal beginning, equal ending, quantity times value, what's that? Assumption approach. These are heuristics. Okay, if you are new to all these terms and concepts, don't panic. Okay, you can just generalize it. Word problems. In simple words, they're just called word problems. Different types of word problems. It's just fried rice, but different types of fried rice. That's all. Okay. Okay, so we have the PSLE topics. I don't need to show P1 to P3, because those are foundation topics that we keep laying the building blocks when they were younger. Then by the time they reach P4, right, you can see like the topics they learn: whole numbers, fractions, area perimeter, what else? Let me think. Graphs, all these, right? They continue to learn it from P4 and P5 and go on to P6. But however, the difficulty level goes up, and the type of questions they ask infused with other topics. So at P4, they learn, the add-on will be like factors and multiples. The fraction from P3 moving on to 4 and 5, the difficulty level just like zoom. yeah, just increase exponentially already. Like the fractions, you have to change the denominator, you have to involve the 4 operations. Okay, then as you move on to primary 6, you can see that the topics mainly added will be algebra, rate and speed, okay, nets, circles, and pie chart. Now, angles in polygon is like an add-on to the topics, the topic on angles in primary 5. But to learn and memorize all the different properties to be applied is really, really not an easy feat for the children. So they need a lot of time to practice. Can I have a show of, no, you can't show your hand, sorry. You can type in the chat me. Some students tell me that the school is not teaching algebra, and they are only teaching algebra later. They use the word later. Later is where I don't know, maybe term 2 or term 3. Wow, let's see the chat. A lot of them. Okay, parents, please take note of that. That algebra is not hard to learn, but it takes a while to master. So anything new that takes time to master is good to give them time to learn over a period of time. Then by the time it's term 3, right, prelims, it becomes second nature. Like, it's very easy. The children find it hard to see an expression that says x plus 3. They say it's so weird. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So this is the main 3, 4, 5, 6, is it 6? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 broad categories of how the topics are being generalized, okay, are grouped in the PSLE papers. So as you can see, the top 3 that I have grouped it together is approximately 65%. As we were talking about algebra, it is only about 4% of the entire paper. That means 100 marks are only 4 marks. Okay, about 3 to 5 marks are around there for algebra and 5 marks for speed. Shocking, right? Okay, let's go and have a look at our analysis. Thank you, teacher Charlene. You're best at this.
So this is actually the PSLE analysis from 2020 to 2022. So it's 3 years, right? So if you can take a look, parents take a picture of this. I think this is very useful, right? You can see the breakdown of paper 1, paper 2, and the total marks. So let's start from 2020. You can see from the red boxes, right? Whole numbers, measurements, and ratio and percentage. These are actually your fractions, ratio, and percentage. We call this FRP. Okay, it adds up to 58 marks. So 58 out of 100 is a huge percentage of your PSLE paper, right? Okay, and then if you take a look at 2021, same thing, that 3 whole numbers, measurements, and ratio and percentage adds up to 60 marks. Okay, and then last year's paper, also 60 marks. So this shows that FRP makes up a huge percentage of your PSLE paper. And on top of that, if you take a look at geometry, okay, geometry, 2020, 17 marks, 2021, 17 marks. Last year's paper was 23 marks. So angles are also equally important. It's the second highest weightage. So you must be very familiarized with your properties of your angles, your parallelogram, your rhombus, all the different shapes. Know the properties well so that you will know how to solve the angles question. So later we will be going through some geometry questions as well. So you can take a look at the different geometry questions tested last year. That's why it's 23 marks, right?
That's pretty high. So let's just take the average, okay? It's about 20%. You see 23, 17, 17, it's about 20%. That's 20 marks, parents. So if you take 20 marks, let's say on the average 3 marks to 4 marks, we're talking about 20 divided by 3. That's about 7 questions. So it's a range of, yeah, we're talking about 5, 7, about 8 questions of angles. You don't believe, right? You open up the booklet, you go and count. Go and count the last 3 years. Angles also in geometry includes like drawing parallel lines, any drawing related like draw a triangle or draw a parallelogram, trapezium. Okay, they're all fall under geometry. This is a great analysis done by teacher Charlene. It really makes you rethink about your emphasis when you're actually trying to learn and master a certain topic. The rate and speed is what frightens parents a lot, especially we'll go through one speed question later, and they thought that speed is so hard. My friend, my neighbor, every time speed is so difficult. And end up they spend what? Doing 50 questions, 100 questions for 3 marks. Last year only got 3 marks. Is it worth the effort? If you only had 1 day with your son, which topic will you want to revise? You only have 1 day, example, yeah, you only have like 2 hours or you have 6 hours. Which topic would you choose to do? Okay. I don't have an answer for you because it really depends on your child's strength and weaknesses as well. Let's go next one.
Okay, so let's take a look at the first question. So this is, we actually group it up. So this is a geometry question. This is a 2-mark question, so it's MCQ, right? Parents and students, if you have a paper with you, you can get a paper because this requires folding. So this will help you with your visualization. So if you need a paper, go and quickly grab a A4 paper with you. Okay, I have one here. All right. So a rectangular piece of paper, right, is folded to form a trapezium, PQRS. So the two shaded triangles are identical. So you can see from the diagram, the shaded triangles are the one that is shaded there, right? So the first thing I'll ask my students to take note of is what is the property of a rectangle, because they started off with rectangle, right? So you know that a rectangle has 4 right angles. I think all of you all know this, right? A rectangle has 4 right angles. So based on this property, you will know that there's 2 right angles here, okay, and then there's 2 above as well. So let's take a look at the shaded triangle now. Okay, if you have your paper with you, maybe I'll just quickly fold it. Can you see my paper? Yeah, okay, my virtual background is floating. Can you all see that I actually folded the paper upwards this way? Okay, so this is a right angle. When you fold it up, you can see that this portion here is also a right angle. So if you do the same, you'll be able to see from the diagram that there will be 2 right angles here as well. Okay, can I just have a show of hands, or maybe you can type in the chat? Any of y'all can see this folding, this right angle here? Can y'all see that? Yes, very good. Okay, great. I've seen many of you typing yes, yes, good, good. If for those who can't see it, don't worry, okay? You can always take a paper after the lesson, try to fold it. You'll be able to see it, okay? The right angle is there, all right? So now you have gotten 4 right angles in the diagram already, right? So what other angles are there in the diagram? You see there's a 73 degrees here for angle R, right? So if that's the case, if you do the same folding method, you will know that these 3 angles here are also 73 degrees, right? Okay, can you all see it? And then let's try to find out for more angles, okay? So do you all remember what is the property of angles on a straight line? Can you type in the chat? Anyone? 180 degrees, very fast, Ash, thank you. Yes. Okay, I see many of you typing 180 degrees, good job. Oh, some of you even typed the answer for me already, good job. Okay, so the straight line actually adds up to 180 degrees, right? So if that's the case, you can see that these 2 green angles here will be 180 minus 73 minus 73, you have 34. Okay, so now you will be able to see a triangle here, right? A very small triangle here. And what's the sum of the angles in a triangle? It also adds up to 180 as well, right? So then you'll be able to find this angle here. You will take 180 minus 34 minus 34, you have 112. So what do y'all think is the last step to find angle X? Anyone? Y'all want to type in the chat as well so we can see. Oh, thank you, Cecilia. Good job. Okay. Okay, there are you can actually take angles at a point as well. Okay, so that the whole angle here is 360 degrees, right? So you can take 360 minus 112, minus away the 2 right angles, 90 and 90, and you get the answer 68, option 4. All right. So this is actually a 2 marks question, not too difficult, right? MCQ question. Okay, so that's how you got your 2 marks. So remember, if you need the visualization, you just fold some papers later on and then you'll be able to see it. Okay. Okay. Do you want to take a photo of this question? You can quickly take a photo and then I'll move on to the next slide already. Okay. Okay, let's go. So this is actually taken from a school paper. You can see that the teacher actually requires the students to do angles referencing. So angles referencing is very important, okay? So students, please remember to do your angles referencing. You all know what is it, right? You have to name your angle and then you have to write each step very clearly. Okay, you see the students, they wrote it very clearly. Look at the corrections. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a bit light, but you can see the angle referencing, angle ECD is equals to 90 plus 60, right? So name your angles, write each step clearly, and always remember to write your degree symbol. Because if you do not write units, right, your teacher will actually minus half a mark for each question. So just remember to write your units, okay? If not, half a mark will be deducted. All right? Okay. Let me move on.
We have a child who wants to go back to the previous slide.
Oh, okay.
Take a screenshot, or they're just almost done with copying the notes. Yeah, so this is actually a 2-mark question. So parents, you might be thinking, "Aya, so easy. Why are you going through such an easy question?" But if you actually work with your children, you will realize that folding paper question is actually not easy for children. So mainly there are 2 groups of kids while you're busy copying, okay? Well, there are 2 groups of students. One with very good visual skills, which is like me. I'm the kid, extremely good in visual skills. Number 2, super bad at visual skills. I shall mention names. There's some of us just really not good at visualizing. Like you cannot see where is it until you pull up that piece of paper, like how teacher Sherlyn had demonstrated. I fold it. So sometimes in class when we are teaching, the children will be doing this action, like very cute, right? Like they're doing Tai Chi, some Kung Fu in class. But it really helped them to see that. And some of them can close their eyes and do that action. The later on in P6, they learn the topic called NETS, N-E-T-S, even worse, because you got to 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 into a dice or a box. Yeah. Okay. He cannot hear me. Let me just type into the chat. Increase. Okay, are you done copying? Okay, I'll do the next question. And Sherlyn, you can help me manage the chat if there are questions. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. All right, so this is an equal fractions question, all right, from the PSLE booklet. I felt that this question is pretty deceiving. That means that if I don't put the word equal fraction up there, right, you look at the question itself, you generally think it is about length because you see 30 cm and you see long and short, okay? And then you see 2 fractions there. So if you don't think in this track, in this manner, or recognizing that it is this concept, you'll be probably pretty trapped around here, like you didn't know what to do with it. So Matthew pushes 2 sticks, 8 and I see some answers already. I don't think it's correct. Matthew pushes 2 sticks A and B straight into the ground until the length of each stick that is above the ground is the same. So 1/3 of A and 1/8 of B are in the ground. Okay, so from here we can actually write down some information that we know. Okay, you can click the solution. So we write down the information like next to the picture. So if we know 1/3 of A and 1/8 of B are in the ground, then it infers that 2/3 and 7/8 are above the ground. Okay, just remember that all diagrams given to you are not drawn to scale. So you don't have to use a ruler to measure and say, no, it's not 1/3 and it's not 1/8. They're all not drawn to scale. It's all written in the front page of the PSLE booklet. Okay, the length of A in the ground is 30 cm longer. So it looks like, okay, I'm quite trapped here. And you can see that the portion above the ground is mentioned that is the same. So which means that I need to make the numerator the same. So that is why 2 and 7, the LCM is 14. And therefore the fraction is changed to 14/21 of A and 14/16 of B. Now, if at this point, if at this juncture you ask me, Teacher Faith, why numerator has to be made the same? Think about this, okay? There are some children who are asking this question. Why must the numerator be made the same? Okay, so this is actually a P4 concept. It's not really only taught in P6. It was already taught in primary 4. So which means that your primary 4 concept needs to be reviewed. Like you need to go through one more time. Okay, yeah, so we go through all these work very often in our primary 4, 5, 6 classes. Like they keep reviewing. By the time they reach P6, they go like, I know why already. Okay, so if you turn the sticks horizontally, then it looks like a typical model drawing, but now it's vertical. So the children actually finds it like a bit awkward. So you put it horizontal, or you can turn the paper around, you tilt your head now, or you turn your book around, okay? You can see it's like a model. So that portion is the same. You need to slice it into 14 equal parts. Okay, so as you can see, that A has 21 units at the bottom and B has 16 units at the bottom. Thank you very much. Yes, parents typing in that says equal concept. Can you see I highlighted in green now? It makes it even more obvious. So when we compare the difference in the units, 21U minus 16U is 5 units. The 5 units reference to that 30 cm. Remember the slide that we show SOLVE? Yeah, so we went through the search for clues. That means read and write. You need to obtain evidence, which is to link up the evidence of 5 unit equals to 30. When you find out 1 unit is 6, it is the key to unlock the mystery. So after you have unlocked the mystery, after you have found the key, you need to read the math question. What is the length of A? What is the length of B? What is the ratio? You understand? So now this question is, what is the total length? And then we add up 21 and 16. That makes 37 units. And then 37 times 6, which is 222. Thank you. SK, you did it well. Okay, so 2 marks. Parents, take note. Solve it within 2 minutes. I say, oh, my son can solve. I know. How long? 5 minutes? 2 minutes? 3 minutes on it? Within 2 minutes. So the shorter, the better. Maybe 1 minute? 30 seconds. Okay. You're ready for PSLE. Good job. You did it in 40 seconds. Good. Great testimonial to the rest. Let's go.
Okay, the next question, this is a FRP question. So at first, a bag contained 9 red beads and some blue beads. Let's use the read and write technique to fill the values into the table, okay? So I'll just fill in 9 here, okay? And there's some blue beads, so I have no idea how many blue beads there are, right? So I'll just leave it blank first. So after some red beads were added to the bag, 2/5 of the beads were blue. So from this, you can see that, okay, we do not know how many red beads were being added, right? And look at this fraction now, 2/5 were blue. So this shows that the 2 units here actually represents the blue beads, and the 5 units actually represents the red and the blue. Okay, be careful, it doesn't include the yellow because the yellow is not the first sentence, it didn't mention anything about the yellow beads, right? Okay, so I'm just going to fill in, the blue is 2, and the total for the red and blue is 5. Okay, so now then 56 yellow beads were added to the bag. So I'm going to add 56 for the yellow, all right? And now 2/9 of the beads were blue. So again, when you have a fraction, you will ask yourself, okay, these 2 units represent what? 2 units represent the blue, right? Because that's the first thing, okay? And now the 9 units, okay, maybe you all want to type in the chat, what do you all think? I know the 9 units is a total, but the 9 units belongs to which color? You all want to try it? You type in the chat. Anyone? Ah, very good, Ashton. Okay, so I've seen a few answers. Okay, some of you said red, blue, and yellow. Good job. Okay, because now red is included already, right? So the 9 units is actually the total for all the 3 colors. Okay, so be careful. And then now let's continue looking at the table. Okay, our table is almost filled up already. We have used the read and write approach. We have read the question sentence by sentence and we fill in the values, right? So is there any other thing that we can fill up in the table or not? Let's take a look, okay? The blue, there's no change. So if the start is 2 units, there's no change. The end will still be 2 units, all right? And you'll be able to find out for the red because the total for red and blue is 5, right? So 5 minus 2 will give you 3. And if the total for all 3 colors is 9, and red and blue is 5, yellow will be 4, right? Okay, so now let's try to solve the question. Let's try to link up some information, okay? So we can actually link up 4 units here from the yellow is actually equals to the 56 that was being added. Okay, then now we can try to find out what is the key. So the key is actually 1 unit, right? Remember the solve technique to find out the key to solve the mystery. So 1 unit is actually 14. So now let's pause for a moment. Let's try to read the question again. We do not assume that 14 is the answer, right? Because what is the question asking us to find? The question is asking us to find how many red bits were added to the bag. Okay, so in order to do so, we have to find how many red bits were at the end first. So in the end, you know that there are 3 units, right? So 14 times 3 is actually 42. Okay, and this is still not answer because we are trying to find how many red bits were added to the bag. Okay, so we have to minus the 9 because there were 9 bits, 9 red bits to begin with, right? So the answer is actually 33. Okay, 33 red bits were added to the bag. Okay, so this question here, you can take this time to take a picture. Okay, I'll copy down the solutions. All right. So yes, some of you have gotten 33. Good job. All right. So this is actually a typical FRP question. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next question, this is a percentage question. So a zoo gives a 20% discount on all tickets on weekdays. Members are then given a further discount of $2 for every ticket they buy. So Li Ming is a member who pays $54 for 5 tickets on a weekday. What is the price of each ticket without any discount? Okay, money question, right? So let's take a look at the information here. We know that $54 is actually the cost of 5 tickets. All right, so why don't we find out what is the cost for 1 ticket first? Because the question is asking us to find the price of each ticket, which is just 1, right? So let's find out the price for 1 ticket first. Okay, so I think the first step should be quite straightforward. You will know that 54 divided by 5 is actually $10.80, right? All right. And then now, let's continue reading. Members are then given a further discount of $2 for every ticket they buy. So this $10.80 is the price before the $2 was being given, right? So I have to work backwards to find out how much is the price before that $2 is being given, the $2 discount, right? So you just have to add $2, 10.80 plus $2. Okay, that will give you 12.80. Okay, so far I think this part here, most students should be able to do it. Okay, so the next part, maybe you all want to type in the chat. Okay, let's take a look. A zoo gives a 20% discount on all tickets on weekdays. So do you think this 12.80 here is actually 100%? Or is it how many percent is this 12.80? Okay, maybe you want to type in the chat, anyone? Wow, okay, very good. Okay, so many of you all got, okay, good job. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so some students will say that 100% is 12.80. So why is this not correct? Remember, this 12.80 is actually only 80% because the zoo actually gives a 20% discount, right? So if you take 100 minus 20, it's actually 80%. Remember, you're working backwards, right? So 80% of the original price is 12.80. Those who got this right, okay? Good job, all right? And then now to find the price without any discount, you just have to find 100%. Okay, and that will be $16. Okay? Okay, yeah, good job. Okay, I give you all some time to copy this down or take a picture.
So at this point, while you're copying the notes, right, you might be wondering, oh, how my son actually solved 12.80 over 80 times 100 in paper, example, if this is paper 1 question with no calculator. Have you thought of it? So that is why your kids, right, don't rely 100% on the calculator because this question can easily be found in a paper 1. You look at the numbers, parents, look at the numbers, children. They are not in thousands. They are not in like funny numbers. They are all workable using simple computation. Yep. So take note of how 80 and 100, where 80 and 100 is, where we always constantly teach our children to reduce lowest term. So after you reduce the lowest term, you'll find that it's like 5 out of 4, you know, so it's easier for the children to multiply, manipulate with the numbers to multiply or divide. Okay, so start with such practices. When you're checking your children's work, right, don't focus on the answer only. Don't just focus on, oh, 16, correct, put a tick, next page. It is sometimes good to actually talk about the thinking. This is the best time from now till June. the best time to talk about the thinking, slow down, checking with the processors rather than just focusing on the end product. Okay. Okay, I guess you have done copying. This is a very important question because it is a combined of percentage discount. And teacher Shirley mentioned this part about working backwards, and I was typing in the chat, informing all the parents that working backwards is always tested. It is one of the MOE's math heuristic that need to be covered, need to be taught. Okay, and they cover percentage and discount, so it makes us rethink about like $54 for 5 tickets. We're talking in terms of like a set as well. Okay, let's go on. Is it my turn? Yeah, angles. Yes. So why I chose this question for discussion is because of the word rhombuses. Okay, you can click. I'm going to share with you some notes first before we deep dive into the question. So number one, the children need to identify where are the rhombus. What is a rhombus? If you do not know what is a rhombus, you probably look at the shape and you might outline the wrong part of the diagram. So there's a green big rhombus, and then there's a red smaller rhombus. And at the side, right, I actually wanted to test the audience whether do they know. Okay, stop here, teacher Sherlyn, don't type anymore. Okay, if you can think of other properties of rhombus, or we call it rhombi for plural. Okay, if you can think of other properties not mentioned here in the slide, can you type in the chat? So I've mentioned rhombus is like a slanted square. All sides are equal. 2 pairs of parallel lines. Thank you. Okay, so we have a student that says opposite angles are the same. All angles add up to 360. Very good. The chats are going so fast. I'm trying to read them. Opposite angle, I just said the same thing. Oh, when divided into half diagonally, we get 2 isosceles triangle. That's a very good one. Wow. Did you guys just Google and copy paste? I suspected so, you know. Yeah, hey, please don't spam. If you have already typed once, right? Don't keep SK, can you just stop spamming it? Yes. Don't spam, please don't spam, because it can affect like the entries we are trying to read. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, angles between parallel lines. Angles on the straight line add to 180 degrees. Oh, you're talking about interior angles. Okay. What else? Opposite angles. What else? What else? Okay. Wow. Okay, I see some entries. Okay, let's see what we have in the list. So 2 pairs of parallel lines, right? I actually put in the words in green. Yeah, it's correlated with other properties, like you involve alternate angles because parallel lines involve corresponding angles when you actually see letter F when you extend the line, and interior angles where in school they always teach letter C. Okay, opposite angles are equal for sure. Sum of interior angles is 360 degrees. Yeah, diagonals cut angles into half. All right, so let's solve the question. So we need to find angle DBG. So you all have a look at DBG first. And I strongly encourage you to use finger pointing. Okay, put your finger on the diagram and you mark out the journey DBG. So usually, I haven't seen those without, that they will mark out the angles in the diagram. Those are the unknowns that they want you to find. Okay. And I always tell my children, my students, angle questions are like virus. Hey, I didn't say COVID. Okay, I didn't say COVID. I just say virus. Flu is also a virus. Okay, you achoo, then you can also pass a virus. So angles are virus question, which means that you must start off where the angles are found. You stop staring at the part of the diagram that has no numbers. You must start staring at the numbers, 102, 127, 298. You stare at these 3 numbers and find out what else can you find out. Okay. Angle ABC. Are you ready? Put your fingers on the diagram and go through ABC. Okay. So ABC, right, actually forms an interior angle with BCD. So that makes 180 degrees minus 102 degrees, and that makes 78 degrees. Okay. I spell out the properties at the side, parents, is for teaching purpose. In primary school, they are not required to write it. Okay. Now, angle DBC makes 39 degrees because the diagonal BD, right? Teacher, can you put your pointer on it? I'm not sure. Can this? Yeah, you can see your pointer. DB is the diagonal. So the diagonal actually splits the angle into 2 exact half. Okay, so that makes 39 degrees. I have very limited space to fill in, so I didn't write some numbers there. Then we go on to angle BGC. Yeah, angles question is quite mind-boggling because first you have to read BGC, then your eyes need to search for it. Okay, so angle BGC is 180 degrees minus 127 degrees. Then I plonk in that little number in that diagram there, 53 degrees, which is angles on a straight line. Got it now? Okay, so you see the virus, right, spread to the neighbor, right? now in the household, there's 102 degrees and 53 degrees, correct? Yeah, so the last person to be infected is that corner right at the top there near angle B there, right? So we're going to use 180 degrees. Yeah, in the triangle, it's considered a family already. So 180 degrees minus 102 minus 53. Then you get that little angle up there, 25 degrees. Okay. Yeah, so when the whole family is infected already, then you must stay quarantined. If not, right, the virus gets spread outside. Correct, it's spread outside. So remember just now earlier, we found the angle 39 degrees, DBC. So 39 minus 25, you'll be able to find the angle 14 degrees. Okay, so children find that when the angles are parked inside a quadrilateral and shapes, overlapping shapes, okay, parents, it's very hard for the children. It's quite difficult. Some schools skip teaching angles in primary 5. Do you know who you are? Your primary 5 teacher says angles not tested last year. Last year it was not tested. Then they only taught you after the exams. Or they say next year P6, then the teacher will teach. See, so many parents already, our children chatting in, my, me. Okay. Yeah, but there are some of them they taught in P5 and tested in P5. That is the best because they went through the rigor. They are forced to learn for the exam. Yeah, so those who didn't get to learn it, right? Now is the time that you really need to. You saw the list of P6 topics to learn. You got one more, angles. Okay, you done taking a picture of this? Okay, we go on to the next one. Hui, how come my logo still there? So in the way. Yeah, you help me remove. Did I It's not there, right? Okay, glitch. It's fine. Okay, let's bring, this is okay. So I can do a walkthrough. So angle BDG, line by line, okay? Children, don't copy frantically. Just learn to listen and follow. Then it makes more sense. So angle BDG, the angle is, let me see, where is it? The interior angles. All right, BDG. Oh, that small little angle there, BDG, is 180 minus 127 minus, wait a minute, did I make a mistake here? What did I type there? Let me see, BDG, 180, but probably you drop down the next two lines. Maybe I could have, okay, the angles at the point is angle BEF, which is that 360 minus 290, which is 70 degrees hot. Oh, it's a 298. Oh no, did I type wrongly? I saw it as 290. Oh my, bad eyes. Bad eyes. Thank you, teacher. You help me fix that number, 298. Oh, I'm so good to have a helper today. Question 9. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, the previous one should be, oops, what am I looking at? Thank you very much. So we have angles at a point, which is 62 degrees. Then angle I think that one was the previous slide. Okay, thank you. Then we have the opposite angles of the rhombus, which is equal. So I'm bringing that 62 degrees across to the bottom part, which is angle BDF. Okay, angle BDF. Okay, that's 62 degrees as well. Thank you. Okay, I'm supposed to reflect another angle, which is supposed to be angle BDG. BDG was found in the, in the previous one, 14 degrees. Correct, correct. So now I have to use find angle FDC, which is actually 62 degrees. I'm supposed to minus 39. I think I make a mistake here. Wait, let me see. DBG. DBG. Oh, angle DBG is 14 degrees. I know already. I forgot to find, teacher Shirley, help me. I forgot to find angle BDG. No, you copy from the first line. Thank you. Angle BDG. Yeah, it's supposed to be, I put it here. 180 minus 127. What is my eyes looking at? Anyone can help. Minus 127 and the previous question minus 14. Sorry, minus 14. And answer equals 39 degrees. Oh, this is challenging because minus 14. 127 minus 14. Yeah, don't worry about the degree symbol. Because when the teachers type, right, we have to add all these little symbol, it become very, very small. Oh, sorry. You click next to the equal sign, then it's easier to. Thank you very much. Okay, don't panic. I'm not panicking. No, it's 180 minus 39 minus one more, 127. Thank you. Yeah, forget about degree symbol. It's okay. Then it's equals to, wait. Oh, I keep saying the wrong one. I'm trying to find that angle. 180 minus 127 minus 14, sorry. Yeah, 39 changed to 14. Then the answer is 39. Thank you. Then I'm supposed to use 62 degrees minus 39. Terima kasih. Thank you. 23 is the answer. Yeah. So what happened was I actually found the wrong corner. So I minus off wrongly. Okay, one more time. Let's rewind this again. Okay. So teacher Shirley, you help me click on the area in the diagram as I'm going through. So angle BEF will be that corner, 360 minus 298. Yeah, it was my bad because I thought that was 290. So that's 62 degrees. Okay, thanks. Then click opposite angle. Let's bounce off to the opposite corner here. Thank you. That is also 62 degrees. The whole thing, BDF. That's right. Then the next one is to find that little angle inside here. It should be angles in a triangle, not interior angles. Okay, angles in a triangle. Thank you. Yeah, so we type properly, then all of you can take a nice picture of it later on. That's right. So the angles in the triangle is that little baby triangle there, DBG, you see, that little triangle. So I have to take 180 degrees minus the previous answer, 14, minus 127. So I found 39 at this corner here. So to find, yes, that's how we use the next part, 62 minus 39 degrees to find FDC. Okay, FDC is the part B, but I think my label A should be part B, but it's okay, we'll just leave it there. Thank you very much. So sorry about the confusion. So as you can see, okay, on paper, usually when we teach the children, right, we will teach them how to label next to the diagram. Okay, instead of just writing this way, we'll reference it also back to the diagram. So the working will actually be all around, neatly placed all around the diagram. That will help them to do the checks. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Speed. Yeah. I know, children, you have not learned speed. Okay, so I actually put like a simple piece of notes over here. Parents, please take this time to actually go through what speed means and what speed is. Okay, because it is all about things around you, right? Then you see what is I see the picture there, 90, speed camera ahead, 15 kilometers per hour. Yeah, and then nearing school zone is 40 kilometers per hour. Does your children know? Or do you know? Yeah, so explain to your children, right, why near school zone is 40. Then at Singapore highway is actually 90. Yeah, and some country 90 is not the fastest in the world. We are also not the slowest in the world. You can do a Google. And which part of Singapore, right? The speed limit is actually 15. Like around there, 15 or 20. Yeah, I think Sentosa. You're not allowed to speed on Sentosa Island. Yeah, because there are residents there, and there are also some nature reserves like animals and all. So that's why they don't want the noise pollution to frighten the animals. Okay, and this is a DST triangle that we use to help the children understand the formula. Good job. You can take a photo. Okay, and then you can spend more time to talk to your children about this before they learn the topic in school. Okay, teacher Shalin, over to you.
Okay, so this is a speed question. When Jane started jogging from her home, Linda was 1.2 km ahead. So I have already drawn the timeline for y'all, and I have written down Jane and Linda. So the first DST triangle is actually for Jane, and then the second DST triangle here, this is for Linda. So back then when I was a student, right, my teacher actually taught me how to remember DST. Okay, so let's say if you can't remember which is D, where's D, where's S, where's T, right? So it's like my teacher said, don't stop thinking. So you're doing your math paper, right? So don't stop thinking, you have to keep thinking so that you can solve the questions, right? So don't stop thinking. Okay, so let's use the read and write approach again to fill in the values into this triangle here. Okay, so Linda was 1.2 km ahead, so I'm just going to write 1.2 km here. So Linda started jogging first compared to Jane. All right, and Jane jogged at 10 kilometers per hour. So I'm just going to quickly just draw an arrow here. Since this is the triangle for Jane, I'm going to put under the speed 10 kilometers per hour. And Linda jogged at 4 kilometers per hour. So we do the same for Linda. Okay, 4 kilometers per hour. So now they went in the same direction and did not change their speeds throughout. So they're just going forward, all right? So part A, how far did Jane jog in 45 minutes? Okay, students, for speed question, right, be very aware of the different units here, okay? This is in minutes, 45 minutes. I know many of you will tell me that, okay, teacher, I know to find distance, right, you will take speed times time. So you take 10 times 45. Okay, hold on for a while first. Look at the speed. The speed here for Jane is in hours, all right? And part A, they're asking you for minutes. So you have to do one more step. You have to convert 45 minutes to hours, which is 3/4 hours first. Okay, and now since both of them have the same units, then you can multiply them to take 10 times 3/4, and that will give you 7.5 kilometers. All right, so this is for part A. I give you some time to copy this first, then I'll move on to part B. So I think part A should be all right. The only part is the conversion of the minutes to hours. You must remember to ensure that they are of the same units, all right? If not, the answer will be incorrect. Okay, so now let's move on to part B. So who was ahead after 45 minutes and how far apart were they? So there's two parts to this question, okay? So who was ahead? We have already found out that Jane's distance in 45 minutes is 7.5 kilometers. So now we have to do the same to find out for Linda's distance. So remember, we have to convert 45 minutes to 3/4 hours because Linda's speed is also in terms of hours. And now we have to find Linda's distance by taking 4 times 3/4, and we have 3 kilometers. So let's answer the first part first. who was ahead? If Jane's distance in 45 minutes is 7.5 kilometers and Linda's distance is 3 kilometers, we will know that Jane is definitely ahead, right? Because 7.5 is greater than 3 kilometers, right? Okay, so now we're going to solve the next part. How far apart were they? Okay, so maybe you all want to type in the chat. Anyone knows what's the answer? Just quickly type in the chat. Okay, I've seen some answers. Okay, so do we take 7.5 minus 3 to find the distance? Okay, let's not forget, Linda was 1.2 km ahead to begin with. So Linda started earlier. So we actually have to take 7.5 minus 3 minus 1.2. Okay, good job. So some of you managed to get 3.3. You all didn't get tricked by the question. Okay, so you have to include the 1.2 km in. All right, because Linda is actually ahead. Okay, so parents just can take a picture or just copy the solutions down. All right, students? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question already, okay? Okay, so the next question, this is a volume question. This is actually a 5 marks question. So part A is 2 marks and then part B would be 3 marks. Okay, so let's take a look. The figure shows the amount of water in 2 rectangular containers, X and Y at first. Ray poured 1/5 of the water from X into Y to fill it to the top without overflowing. So how much water was there in X at first? Okay, so let's take a look. In order to find the volume of water to fill Y up, look at the empty space here, maybe the S space here, okay, the white portion here, right? You will take the length times the breadth times the height. So the length is actually 15 cm times 12, and the height is actually only 8 cm, okay, because it's the empty space here, right? And you will have 1,440 cubic centimeters. So this is the amount of water that you need to fill up Y. All right, why do we have to find this information? Because they said that Ray poured 1/5 of the water from X into Y to fill it up. All right, so this means that this 1,440 here is actually 1/5 of X. And part A is asking us to find how much water was there in X at first. So at first means you have to find the total amount of water, right? Which is 5/5. So you just have to multiply 1,440 by 5. Okay, so part A, make sure you write your units for your final answer. They're all in cm, so cm cubed will be the volume. Okay. So I give you all some time to take a picture or just copy the solutions down, okay?
Just to add, since they did not mention what units to use, means that you're allowed to write 7,200 ml or even express as 7.2 liters. However, my advice is please don't convert unnecessarily to avoid careless mistakes.
Okay, so let's move on to part B, all right? So part B is actually 3 marks. Okay, let's take a look. So I actually wrote down the volume of X, which is what we have found out for part A, 7,200 here. And then the empty space here, the volume is 1,440, so that we can refer, right? Okay, so part B, Ray then poured all the water from Y into X. And 120 cubic centimeters of water overflowed from X. So the water actually overflowed, right? So what was the height of X? All right, so this is very important. You must know that when you're pouring water from Y into X, the total volume of water will not change as your water is being transferred from one container to the other. You didn't throw the water away, right? You're just transferring it from one container to the other. Hence, the total will not change, okay? So you must be aware of this part, all right? And then how do we find the total amount of water at first? We have already found out in part A that the volume of water in X is 7,200, right? And to find for Y, we just have to take the length, 15, times the breadth of 12, times the height of 14. And the total amount of water will be 9,720 cubic centimeters. Now, remember 120 cubic centimeters of water actually overflowed from X. So you have to remember to subtract this 120 cubic centimeters of water. Okay, so now the total amount of water will be 9,600. Okay, this is the volume of X. So now they're asking us to find the height of X. So do you remember your volume formula? Okay, they actually gave us the base area of X. So for those who know, volume formula is length times breadth times height, right? Okay, so in order for you to find the height, if you look at this formula here, you actually have to take volume divided by the length times the breadth. And length times the breadth actually gives you the base area. So you'll be able to find the base area by taking 20 times 15, which is 300. Okay, so now the last part, to find the height, you just have to fill in the volume is 9,600. To divide by the base area of 300, you have the height of 32 cm. Okay, so this portion here, you have to know that length times breadth is the base area, okay? Okay, so you can copy this down first. Okay, shall we move on? All right. Okay, so the next part, Teacher Faith, yeah, she'll share this with you.
Yes. So this is just to show you, not going through the question, that under volume and solid figures, they are kind of related, because some parents thought that volume question must be length times breadth times height. Not exactly all the time, okay? It includes questions like that on counting faces of a cube, knowing the solid figures, and then it requires what? Visualization skills. Okay, take note. All right, we'll go on to the next question. Some parents are asking, is it bedtime already? 2 more questions to go. Okay, so this is from paper 2. I have a question 15 and question 17. So question 15, Muthu spent 4/7 of his money to buy 6 identical pens. So do you see what we are doing? We practice a lot of such annotation. Just like math, science, English, remember we do literature, we do a lot of annotation. So teach your children to read and write. And he spent the rest of his money to buy another 4 such pens and 3 identical files. Okay, so after we found out 6 pens requires 4 units, and you find it's very hard to divide. Like the numbers is not divisible. So you can, yes, find the multiple and change it to 24 over 42. I multiply by 6 and 6, okay? Numerator and denominator. So it's like a lot easier now. I have 24 parts, I have 24 units to be allocated for 6 pens. So therefore, 1 pen is 4 units, which is 4 over 42. That means 42 is his total amount of money, okay? And 4 such pens will be 4 times 4, which is 16 on the numerator over 42. Do you see that now? So he then used the rest of his money, right? So then we back to the basic again. He spent 4/7. That means the rest is 3/7. And therefore, I change my denominator to 42, which means the rest of the money is 18 units. And therefore, I already know 4 pens require 16 units. 3 files must be the 18 minus 16, which is 2 out of 42. Reduce over term 1 out of 21. Such question, I've seen it appear a couple of times over the years. If the children feels calm, okay, and clear-headed, they'll be able to solve it very well, smoothly. But if they panic and fumble over the 4, 7, and the 6, and make a mess from the rest of the money onwards, yeah, that's where their presentation is not clear. They don't write keywords. They don't write keywords like the pen, the files, the rest of the money. And so it's easy to make what we call careless mistake in the computation. What fraction of Muthu's money was spent on the 3 files? The answer is just 1 over 21. Must always reduce to the lowest term, especially even so when they have mentioned it. So they will not give chance at all. If you present as 2 over 42, all right, you will lose 1 answer mark. Okay? Yeah, always be clear-headed, be calm. So the next part will be for every 5 files, 1 additional file will be given free. So how many files would Muthu have if he spent all his money? Now, this is the part where if you learn to identify those type of questions, 4 people will die and 1 will eat for free. Or for every 4 people that dies, the 5th person eat for free. The 2 statements I've just explained, right? They mean different things. Parents, please put in a lot of effort to talk to your children about the current promotion that are happening in restaurants. such jargons that they use in promotional materials, because it will really make them wiser and able to understand, decipher this statement, what it means. Okay, so for every 5, you buy 5, 1 additional will be given free. So that will make 6. So if 3 files is 1/21 already, which is like the previous statement. So 1 file will be 1/21 divided by 3. The children have learned this where we call it the division of fractions, which is the KFC. KCF, keep, change, flip, not fried chicken, okay? So keep the first fraction, 1/21, change the symbol to times, and then flip the 3 into 1/3. 3/1 is 1/3, okay? You flip it, okay? That's the rule for dividing of fractions. So 1 file is has worth 1/63, which means that the total number of files to be bought with 63 units. Got it? Now the denominator is 63 units. Right? So one set is actually buy 5, get 1 free. So 63 divided by 5, right, means I can buy 12 sets that entitle me to 12 free. Now, deciphering this statement is important. A lot of children reach this stage, don't understand what is happening. Okay, then next, we will find the total number of files. 12 free is 12 free, he's not buying 12, okay? Yes, he's buying 63 because the denominator is 63 units. I can buy 63 files, okay, plus the 12 free. Total, I have 75 files. Please take a picture of this. Then you have time. Yeah, part A will be actually quite easy to understand, even if you probably read the answer key or something like that. But it is the second part, right, where the children start to see 63 divided by 5 is 12. That 12 is quite hard for some pupils, most pupils, to understand. So in our lessons, we actually spend more time forcing the children to explain what 12 means to us, to strengthen their foundation. Take a photo, please, and then we'll go on to the last question of the night. And then all of you will be brain fried and then cannot sleep because your brain is so active and want to do more math. Forcing, yeah, force. It's like, when we teach, right, the process is not about, okay, children, you plus or minus times, okay, answer. No, we will stop at every juncture and critique their thinking. That's what we are known for. Yeah, to instill critical thinking, to make them thinkers of the future, to be able to think on their feet. So now you learn this question. The next PSLE question, they tweak the numbers, they tweak the storyboard. You're able to think on your feet and know, oh, I just have to twist the method a little bit, I'll be able to solve it. You can't memorize 100 questions and say, I memorized 100. They did not test. They did not teach. We must change that mindset. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Next one. Yeah, keep, change, flip. KFC. Mrs. Lee baked a total of 40 large and small cakes in the ratio of 5:3. Now, this is also one keyword. 40 large and small. Not 40 large and some small, Yeah, one word can change the meaning of the phrase. She decorated them with cherries. So I draw a simple tic-tac-toe table with headers, large, small, total. And then under the quantity left column, I'll put 5:3. So all the information in that one sentence has been recorded in that tic-tac-toe table. This is how we use the tic-tac-toe table to help us read and write. And the children won't panic so much because I've got info. I've got something on my paper. My teacher says if I write something, I have marks. It's very encouraging. Let's go on. The number of cherries used for each large and small was in the ratio of 3:2. So imagine I say every adult is given $3, every child is given $2. So that sounds more familiar, right? Quantity times value. But here we're not talking about money. We're talking about big cake, small cake. On top of the cake, I put cherries. So the cherries refers to the money or the ang pao that each big kid or small kid will receive. So let's see what we filled in the tic-tac-toe table. There you go. So, oh, where's my question? Can you click again? I think the question stem will appear. So sorry. So A asks for how many small cakes did Mrs. Lee bake? And therefore, we know that the total of 8 units is 40. 1 unit is 5. And the small cakes make up 3 units, which is 15 small cakes. So many steps, 1 mark. only. That means there's only answer mark and no method mark. This is quite expensive, expensive. Yeah, like we went through a science training yesterday. Yeah, I have to write so many open-ended answers for science to score 1 mark. So I see it's happening to math already, that you probably need to write 2-3 steps in order to score a 1 mark. Okay, let's go on to the next part. Okay, let's put the numbers back into the table first. So with that, knowing what 1 unit stands for, we can know that there are 25 large, 15 small, and then total make 40. The 3:2 input is for the cherries, which is representing the value in the cherries. Okay, and how many cherries are on all the large cakes is what we call quantity times value. 25 cakes times 3 cherries each, we have 75 cherries. You hear the sentences, the words I'm using? 15 small cakes times 2 cherries each. Okay, up there, 15 times 2. I have 30 cherries on all the small cakes. So now we put the numbers together. All right. Okay, so there are 7 large cakes. Okay, that's decorated. So 7 times 3, I will have like 21 units of the cherries. And then 15 small cakes, 15 times 2, which is 30 units. So we add this together, which is 51 units. And that last sentence is saying she used 204 cherries to decorate, underline or highlight the word on your book, all the small cakes. That is why I use all the 15 cakes plus 7 large, only 7 large. In the picture, in the tic-tac-toe, there's 25 large. They are using 204 to decorate 7 large and 15 small. Okay, so 204 divided by 51, I'll get 4 sets. Yeah, that's not all. How many cherries did she use for all the small cakes? Then I'll use the 4 sets multiplied by the 30, because 1 set of that small is 30 cherries. So 4 times 30 is 120 cherries. Okay, all right. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of requests from parents. Thank you, my admin. I think teacher Joe in the background for helping me answer the questions. And okay, part C. How many more cherries did Mrs. Lee need for the remaining large cakes? Let's see. Wow, remaining large cakes. So the total remaining large cakes would be 25 minus something. Let's bring out the numbers first. Thank you. So we have 40 minus a 15 small and minus 7 large. Then we know there are 18 large remaining at the back. And how many more cherries needed? Because she didn't have enough, right? So 18 times the 3 cherries per large cake. So that makes 54 units. Okay. And this last part that is the hardest, because for part B, right, using that 204, we know that this entire tic-tac-toe table has 4 sets. So after we got the 54 units, it's not the answer yet. It is only 54 units, is only for 1 table, 1 set. So you need to multiply by 4 to know the actual number is 216. In this solution, I have put in all the keywords like small, large, unit, sets. Take a photo and take some time to digest this. The children most likely might think that this question was an easy question. Like they solved up to 54, they thought they were correct, but in fact they were wrong. So sometimes a question looks somewhat deceivingly easy. They look very easy, but it's hard to score. Steps must be clearly shown. Units must be there. A clear understanding of the flow of work. So in order to score full marks on the question. Score part B. Okay, we can quickly revert and show part B again. Thank you, teacher. Okay, take a photo of it because copying is like quite a lot of words there. Take a photo of that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, we'll have to move on. It's getting late. It's 8:50. It's almost 9 o'clock. So we'll move on to a little bit of teaching of how to allocate marks and how to score it. Okay, I can only share this with you because I was an ex-PSLE marker. Yeah, marker, not the whiteboard marker, okay? But it's so important because we spend so many hours behind the scene allocating marks. And you do not know. You think that as long as I have a correct answer, I'm correct. And all those parents who actually use school exam papers to check on your children's understanding, you really need to spend time to look at your kids working, because method marks allocation is more than the answer mark, okay? So tic-tac-toe table is used in various aspects and heuristics here. Okay, like start, change, end question. School may teach before, change after. Fraction, ratio, percentage topic. 2 case scenario questions, like just now we demonstrated quantity times value. Equal beginning, equal ending, equal concepts type of questions. We also use it today. Still relevant in today's PSLE syllabus? Of course, of course. Then why am I sharing? Of course, definitely relevant. Let's go on to the next one. So please be, I have a lot of new parents on board here. So be aware of the AL scoring system. I had a conversation with a parent past few nights, and I think I'm surprised and yet not very surprised that the parent thought that my child scored a certain range, and was hoping that my kid can score like 70 marks. And from example 50 marks to 70 marks, parents, please take note, it's actually an increment of 20 marks. Yeah, how many practice papers, how many effort hours you need to put in to climb 20 marks. This has to be a realistic expectations. However, I had a student who made a remarkable improvement last year from 48, when I was so worried about that score, 48%, she climbed all the way to 88. Yes, everybody can say, wow, 48 to 88. It's almost unbelievable. And she was so happy because what she did was she threw away put aside her phone, play less games, and really practice math every day. Like every day, my PPC work, my regular work, every day just redo a small part. You don't have to spend 2 hours every night, like 45 minutes every night, just to redo a small part. So, and that helped reinforce as well. We go on to the next one. Okay, so just take note of, click for me, Charlene. Is it hanging? Thank you. Yeah, it's okay. So how the scoring will affect your children's stream in secondary school. So you can go and Google this, all information out on the internet, or probably the school has given talks on this as well. Let's go on to the next one. New parents who are with us, take a look at this. You can take a photo of this. When you know that your child falls between which mark range, is actually time to think through, do I really need to plow through from paper one right up to paper two? Do I need to do everything? You know, when you are jack of all trades, master of none, isn't it? So then if we learn to actually focus on certain segment, you might, gain confidence and do a lot better than it. So students who are scoring below 50, I would say spend a lot of time effort on paper one, a lot on paper one. Okay, much more than paper two. Then you need to drill your 2 and 3 mark questions in paper two. Like, you need to know it very, very well. 50 to 74% people in the middle here, you still need to practice paper one, and then paper two, try to drill the first 12. And then for 75% above, all right, you should be targeting to score 36 marks and above. And those 85% and above one, you should try to score at least 40 upon 45. This is your usual targets. And paper two, you see, I never say do how many questions. It's like your processes is to refine your answering technique. Don't give me sluggish work. Don't give me messy work. Don't tell me I work out the answer in my head, but during exam I will write neatly. I don't believe you. 22 years of experience, I don't believe you. If you are neat, you're forever neat. Yeah. If you are very sloppish in your work, you're forever sloppish in your work. Change that habit right now today. You can change it, okay? And then things will all work out to be better. Let's go. Wow, that's a very good score. Okay, so this is a child's work. Okay, not typical, but I have a lot of students work like that. Charlene also have a lot of students work like that, because we do, encourage them to present neatly in this manner. So Charlene, just keep clicking all. Okay, I'm sure parents, you do acknowledge that this child had a lot of good pointers here. Keywords used. Some more, there's one more click. Yeah, clear working shown, the right word statement, not necessary, but looks good. And then there's a units. And the last bit, the student actually include the 0 at the end, which means so much. If you write down the answer 1599.6 without the 0, okay, Shirley, can you type in the chat? 1499.6, that would be A0. Yeah, 1599.6 without the 0 at the back if you omit it, because on the calculator it's not there, so the children just copy. So you need to add your own 0 to score A1 on it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Some little pointers. Children get very confused. Mommy, teacher face say arrow, school say equal. Next day they tell you, teacher face say arrow, school say equal. Huh? Who say what? So you just remember this. If it's a universal truth, it's a fact, then it's equal. Because it's really equal, right? Same, right? So 1/4 hours equals to 15 minutes. You don't have to put arrow, just put equals. Yeah. But if you're trying to represent something like 25% of A's money, arrow $4. But you can put equal sign, also fine. Okay, PSLE do not penalize this unless it is a wrong mathematical statement. We go on next one. So the next one actually talks about the presentation. Yeah. So for the first case scenario, can you see 1599.6? That one is A0, no marks. You know that or not, parents? Parents, you know that or not? Okay, teacher Shirley typed that one already. Okay, next one, 1599.6, no dollar sign. Minus how many marks? Do you know? Yeah, we see any PSLE markers here. -1? No lah. No units is -half. Good. A lot of potential PSLE marker. Okay. I can employ you to mark my papers. Next one, case 3. She had 1599.60 cents in the end, and then you see the answer blank, 1596.60. Yeah, this one not my typo error. This one the children's transfer error. So when this happens, the child will not have marks deducted. No marks deducted because she wrote word statement. She was very careful. She wrote word statement. So she saved herself from losing the mark. So word statement has its own advantage. Last sentence, she had 1599.60 cents in the end. Ayah, she forgot to fill in the blank. Any marks deducted? No marks deducted. She get full marks because her word statement described the answer itself. So she get full marks for this. Got it? All right. So once again, is word statement necessary? No, it's not, but encouraged because I saw a lot of, we helped a lot of students score that 1 mark when we mark the PSLE paper. Let's go. Next one. Okay. This child actually did a feedback reflection and say that I could have gotten better if I had not been careless. Next time I'll be more vigilant in checking my work. So I felt that this phrase had a lot of reflection for myself as well as a teacher. So parents, please take note. Carelessness come in many forms. Is it a transfer error that your child always read the numbers wrongly? Like I read my angles wrongly. 2829 280, then I wrote 289 or something, right? I read wrongly. Computation error, 2 plus 3 equals 6. Always add wrongly, always times wrongly. Misinterpreting question, 10 red and blue, or 10 red and some blue, or another one, I use half kg of rice, or half of the rice, or half of the remainder. Okay, let's go. A student type there, always happen to me. And how to check my work, let's teach our children, remind them, do and check, redo and check. Alternative methods is a second approach. Working backwards, sometimes there's no second method. Yeah, it's true. Then you use the working backwards approach from the ending work to the question, the numbers in the question. Finally, please remember to write the missing units. This is the most common mistake. You can actually lose up to 3 marks if you don't fill in your units. Okay. Next one. Yeah, a little bit more about all the lessons we have at BlueTree. If you're really new to BlueTree, never heard of us, never inquire about us, yeah, just come and find out more. Just go to our website, surf right through, and then you'll be able to find our regular class, our PPC classes, holiday program coming up. I'm super excited about it. parenting webinars and more webinars like what teacher Shirley and I are doing here. We have free resources in our own website. Please go and search for it. Really free notes for download, free colorful notes, math, science, they are all there. Okay. And we, of course, we have short courses nearing PSLE. Not at this moment. Now we just do free webinars for sharing for everybody. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, this is a PPC class. Okay, so PPC class 25 online lessons. It is intensive classes, only working on problem sums for math and science. Is a good coverage of MCQ and open-ended questions, but they are of higher order questions if you are looking for something to pick your child's brain. Okay, next one. We strongly encourage children who are very motivated and very what I call that? Not kiasu. You know, always wanting to learn. Okay, it really suits your child. One subject promotion at 1375 and 2 subjects at 2450. There's a great bundle discount here. Take a picture, please. Quickly take a picture. 25 PPC 2023. Okay, promotion ends 2nd of March. Okay, and there will be some discounts in there. Okay, so Marks Accelerator Program, MAP. MAP, you make your journey to success. Okay, so you must join us. 13 to 17 March. Teacher Shirley is teaching. Teacher Joe, no, Teacher Joe not teaching. Teacher Chloe, Teacher Fabian, name it. All the teachers are in. Okay, we are all running, teaching science, math, English, Chinese. Go to our website, click on it, and you get some bundle discounts. The more you click, the cheaper it gets per hour. Let's go, next one. And what's the discount over here? Wow, some more discount? What with my marketing team? Wow, that's a lot of discount. Take 10% off if you purchase 3 mods or more. Okay, but just so you know, okay, you cannot combine your P3 kit with your P6 kit. Yeah, P3 kit, you have to enroll the P3 one, and the P6, you enroll the P6 one, okay? You can just scan the, what do you call this thing? QR code. Yeah, and then you will be directed to that site. Quickly take a photo so that you can later brush your teeth, go to bed, lie down and start to swipe. Yeah, a lot of programs. So like if you see the heuristics that we are teaching, we'll go and reinforce more. If you have missed our program for term 1, not to worry, because the MAP is to recap everything that we have done, learned the last 3 months, so that you're all ready to move forward to the next term. You understand? Okay. Thank you very much for the reply to the parent. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much. There's so much to share. I've already taken away like so many slides, but there's so much to share. Teacher Shirley, can we do some more sharing again next time?
Okay.
Surely, right? So now we do 2022 paper. Any one of you would like us to do more PSLE papers? Like 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018? Yeah, please type yes if you want more PSLE webinars like this. We need to know and hear from you your response. If you say no, then we okay lah, then we stop all. But if you say yes, then we're very encouraged, then we'll do it again. Then we'll all wrap up. You know, just to type one slide, to put the angles and the tuk, 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 tuk. Yeah, it looks so easy just to click a button, right? You just Shirley, how many hours to prepare
Many
the
hours.
animation? But you can see from our smiles, it's all worth it. Every hour, every minute, every second that we spend on it is all worth it, because today we have already benefited 295 attendees. Yeah. Thank you very much for your support. We are so encouraged. Please spread a good word to your friends. You know, tell them what you have watched last night. BlueTree, I don't know what Faith and teacher Sherlyn, or never mind. You just remember BlueTree, okay? BlueTree, 蓝树. BlueTree. Okay, so just go to our BlueTree website and you'll be able to find a lot of resources. One last thing that you can find resources: YouTube, Instagram, Telegram. Anymore? Have I missed it? Facebook. We all have it. Then TikTok. Yes, TikTok. Oh, they want Chinese PSLE sharing. Okay. Oh, sounds good. When will oral be? Oh yeah, I forgot to do the chart. July. Thank you very much. You say thank you very much. Great job. Thanks. Could you please type one sentence to encourage us? What is one thing that you have learned today? What's so good about our sharing today that will encourage Teacher Sherlyn? Okay. Yeah, I always do sharing with Teacher Joe, right? Yeah, so let's encourage Teacher Sherlyn. Oh, it says bye guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much. You are good teachers. Oh, of course, of course. Today my student just asked, teacher, do you just praise yourself? because they say, Teacher Faith, you're working very neat. Why I transfer to my paper, it looks different. They say I must always be neat. Then I am your model. I'm your role model. One day you'll be like me. Then they ask, Teacher Faith, are you praising yourself? Okay, this student says, great work, terrific, great, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you. Sherlyn, are you able to do some screenshot of the
The
I'm
the
doing.
chats? Oh,
I'm
thanks,
doing.
Joe. Woohoo. Good night, everyone. Good night, parents. Thank you very
Good
much. Have a
night.
good rest. Please join us for science tomorrow. Science is happening tomorrow. Okay, so if you have not registered, please go and register on our Facebook link. You'll be able to see it. Okay, let's wave good night. Bye.
Bye.